Things are getting pretty interesting in the Sean Combs case, and boy, did we catch a big one. Today, we need to talk about Jay-Z now being named as probably the first official celebrity that will be charged for sexually assaulting a minor in one of Sean Combs' parties. So, just recently, we just had a lawsuit that was filed just not too long ago, I think around Sunday, where there was that lawsuit that did exist, but it just got refiled, and now Jay-Z is now added as a defendant in the case. So for those that don't know, there was a situation that happened in the year of 2000 after the VMA Awards. We had a 13-year-old girl that attended a party and was sexually assaulted by both P. Diddy and Jay-Z.
Here in the U.S. tonight, the bombshell allegations against Jay-Z. A civil lawsuit now accusing him and Sean Diddy Combs of raping a 13-year-old girl more than 20 years ago. Tonight, Jay-Z vehemently denying the accusations and calling on the accuser to reveal her identity.
Tonight, rapper Jay-Z is firing back against allegations that he sexually assaulted a then 13-year-old with Sean Diddy Combs after the 2000 VMAs. The newly amended civil lawsuit, originally filed by a Jane Doe in October, now identifies Celebrity A as Jay-Z, whose legal name is Sean Carter, claiming that he and Diddy drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party, and that a female celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor.
So the story starts off with the 13-year-old girl trying to get to the VMAs in New York City without a ticket, hoping to get inside, but was instead invited to an after party by a limo driver who claimed to work for Combs. The limo driver allegedly drove her to the party where she was told to sign something that she believes was a non-disclosure agreement. And the story will continue on. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, the plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses circulating the crowd. The lawsuit claims that she began to feel woozy and lightheaded after drinking a portion of the drink and went to find a place to lie down. She went into a room that had a bed in it, and shortly after lying down, Combs and Carter and an unnamed woman celebrity who his alleged victim recognized entered the room. So it gets pretty dark basically from then on. P. Diddy and Jay-Z would take turns sexually assaulting the 13-year-old girl while the female celebrity, who is unnamed and we'll never know who it is, was just watching the whole time. So apparently this woman was able to fight back when P. Diddy was on top of her. She managed to grab her clothes and escape out of the party, but people didn't recognize her distress. There were a lot of people that were just doing their own thing and no one recognized the distress that she was going through. So she left the premises, she left the party, and she went to a nearby gas station that she passed prior to the party, and she came across the gas station worker, and the gas station worker, gave her a phone. She called her dad to pick her up there, and that was about it. Now, there's a lot of red flags going on here, from the limo driver talking to a 13-year-old girl and inviting her to one of P. Diddy's after parties, all the way to the girl drinking a drink and the waitress handing her that drink. Because let's be honest here. Let's be really clear. This is a 13-year-old girl. I don't think there's a 13-year-old girl or a 13-year-old child that can blend in with a crowd full of grown-ass celebrities. I genuinely feel there's something wrong with that image there. You have a lot of celebrities in that party. I mean, even the plaintiff said that she was attempting to talk with numerous celebrities. And none of the celebrities sat there and thought to themselves, why is there a 13-year-old girl at this party? And there's alcohol, and there's something that's being planned where she's not even supposed to be in to begin with. Something is really wrong here. So this is a very big lawsuit, and Jay-Z is named in this lawsuit, which makes Jay-Z the first celebrity besides P. Diddy to be named in this whole party situation that we've been talking about and making memes about.
And today, Jay-Z filed to dismiss the lawsuit, calling it a cynical and calculated campaign to force payment of an exorbitant sum of money. The rapper vehemently denies the allegations, taking direct aim at the plaintiff's attorney, Tony Busby, writing, "What he has calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle."
So there's a lot more behind what Jay-Z said there, according to the news. Jay-Z would go on to say that these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. Jay-Z is basically telling Tony Busby, he's basically the lawyer that's representing at least 100 victims in the Sean Combs lawsuit, by saying, if you're really about it, say it with your chest. Don't come at me with a civil case on me sexually assaulting a minor. I need you to go with a full criminal case. But until then, I'm not gonna pay a single penny because you think that I sexually assaulted a minor. So this is basically Jay-Z's way of calling out the lawyer and the plaintiff out on their bluff, hence why he's asking for the plaintiff's information and even challenging Tony Busby, the lawyer that's representing the plaintiff, to escalate this to a criminal lawsuit rather than a civil one. Now, for those that are unfamiliar with law, I'm going to let you know right now, I'm in the same spot as you. I'm not an armchair expert when it comes to legal processes and lawsuits, but I do know, and I will let you know this, that yes, this is a civil lawsuit, which means that even if Jay-Z admitted it and came clean, it was like, all right guys, you got me, I did it, he wouldn't be put in jail for it. So he would have to pay, like X amount in damages to the victim, but other than that, he wouldn't be going to jail over this at all. And that's why Jay-Z is calling out Tony Busby on the lawsuit, saying that he himself also believes that anybody who sexually assaults a minor should be thrown in jail. And yeah, there is truth in what Jay-Z said. I firmly believe that if someone sexually assaults a minor, they should be thrown in jail. So here's Jay-Z just calling him out on his bluff. And Jay-Z will continue on in his statement saying, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. Only your network of conspiracy theories, fake physics will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids would be laughable.
Attorney Tony Busby is standing his ground, writing, I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed.
And Lindsay Davis with us now, Jay-Z with requests of his own tonight.
Yes, David, in that motion to the court, Jay-Z is asking the allegations either be dismissed entirely or that the identity of the anonymous accuser be disclosed, adding, fair is fair.
I genuinely believe this is really big. Like, of all celebrities that you would add into the list other than P. Diddy, you have Jay-Z, which is a very powerful name to throw on that list. Now, of course, we have a lot of people in the past several months that's been playing detective on the internet and trying to figure out what other celebrity could be responsible for sexually assaulting people or sex trafficking. You had a lot of people that thought that Kevin Hart at one point had something to do with it. I did mention that in my previous video where we spoke about Kevin Hart's role in some of these parties, but there wasn't really any damning evidence that would suggest that Kevin Hart did anything. But now we have Jay-Z officially in a lawsuit claim that he has also done some pretty heinous things in those parties. Let's keep it a buck. P. Diddy and Jay-Z are very close. They've been friends for a very long time. So it's very hard to believe that even if, let's say Jay-Z didn't do anything. Let's say Jay-Z was at these parties, but Jay-Z never touched a minor or whatever. It's very hard to believe that people as close to P. Diddy as Jay-Z never knew that P. Diddy was doing these things to people. It's almost unbelievable. Now, I understand you have rich people that are going to meet other rich people for a multitude of reasons. This is almost giving the same energy as Jeffrey Epstein. Like, people just thought that because somebody took a photo with Jeffrey Epstein, they thought, oh, maybe they have something to do with the human trafficking and sexual allegations. Rich people meet rich people all the time for a multitude of reasons. It's never limited to just having parties and taking drugs and having sex with a multitude of people. But at the same time, in this particular situation, Jay-Z is very close with P. Diddy. So again, I just find it hard to believe that Jay-Z didn't know about what P. Diddy was doing in all of these parties. And also the fact that you had so many celebrities that was in the VMA after parties that didn't know that there was a 13-year-old girl. Like, I also find that extremely hard to believe. Like, you telling me that a 13-year-old girl just blended in a party with the rest of y'all? Like, something here just makes no sense. And then you had a waitress that's just going around giving people drinks and went to a person who we know is a child. 13 years old is completely different from an 18-year-old. Like, I can tell a 13 from an 18-year-old, and I'm sure you can too. You had a waitress serving these drinks to a minor, which is another huge red flag besides the limo driver inviting this girl into the party and having her sign a document that may be a non-disclosure agreement while she was in the limo. Now, before I get into like another rant, I just want to speak a little bit more about Tony Busby, because Tony Busby, though he is representing, most, if not all, of the victims in the Sean Combs lawsuit, he kind of has a little bit of a questionable history behind him. He has been going through several lawsuits. He's known to be the type of dude that goes after high-profile individuals for a multitude of cases. He has a rap sheet of cases that he's fought for. I think there was one case, I forgot his name, Deshaun Watson. He was representing women who said that that Deshaun Watson did something to the girls, and he successfully won that case for the girls. I forgot the details on that. He has a history, but as far as lawsuits against him goes, he had one where there was a woman who claimed that Busby pushed a champagne flute in her face in a fitting rage, and the hit caused her to chip a tooth, and the woman claimed to have medical and dental records as proof. This same woman was also having Busby as a lawyer committed malpractice by fumbling her divorce case, which ended up costing her millions of dollars. We also have another lawsuit that happened against Busby, and this happened within the week. That same week, he got sued by the woman. He's being sued for extortion and intentionally infliction of emotional distress by the plaintiff, referred in the lawsuit as a high-profile individual identified as John Doe through his lawyers, calling Busby's actions textbook extortion. The lawsuit accuses the attorney of writing letters that made, on quote, wildly false, horrific allegations that Doe raped minors at one of Combs' parties, and that there would be consequences unless he agreed to a mediated settlement. Busby, the lawsuit alleges, said he would unleash entirely fabricated and malicious allegations of sexual assault as a threat. And there's many other claims about Busby, like Busby would take rumors about certain celebrities and leverage that in a lawsuit so he could get some sort of settlement, just to make a quick buck out of celebrities that would admit some sort of fault or guilt behind closed doors when they go through their what they call mediation or litigation, whatever. He would make a quick buck. Everyone, goes their separate ways. It's all settled. He makes his money, and that's about it. So yeah, Busby does have a little bit of dirty laundry to deal with, but I really think the main focus should be on the Sean Combs case. And by the way, P. Diddy has been an absolute menace, even behind jail bars. Like, I heard that he's also now trying to extort and intimidate witnesses, like, even though he's in his jail cell, like, he's calling people that he's not supposed to call, saying like, hey, like, please, like, defend me and I'll pay you some money. And then he's having people inside of his circle threaten witnesses from testifying in court against him. There is a lot going on, and I really wish I was on this more, but I got really tired of talking about P. Diddy and people on the internet talking about P. Diddy. I just went through like this fatigue, and I just wanted to give it a break. So I wanted to talk about Jay-Z because this is the first celebrity that's being sued that is related to P. Diddy. It's a pretty fucked up situation. This is all alleged. I do want to disclose that. There's no evidence that suggests that Jay-Z did it, but there's no evidence that would suggest that Jay-Z didn't do it. But other than that, that's really all I have. I just wanted to talk to y'all about this because this was kind of like what the news mentioned. This was like a bombshell breaking news about this whole Sean Combs thing. And I was definitely a big fish that they caught on this one. So we'll see what happens from here, and that's about it. Peace.